Well, good evening and welcome to DeSoto for Thursday night football as we wrap up the regular season, at least for several of the classes here in the state of Kansas. A matchup with everything on the line for you tonight as the St. James Academy Thunder travels down K10 to take on the DeSoto Wildcats in a matchup of a 5-3 and 4-4 teams, the latter being St. James. Thanks for joining us here on 810varsity.com tonight. I'm Kenny Titus. Alongside me this evening on the camera is Mike Smith. We've got a good matchup for you here. It is a perfect fall night for football as the captains head out onto the field and take care of the coin toss duties here early on in this contest. But as I mentioned, a lot on the line here tonight. Two teams battling for one playoff spot. The way things shape up in this district heading in, Blue Valley Southwest has already beaten both of these teams, handled St. James rather easily 2 weeks ago, and then held off DeSoto 15-0 in a matchup last week. So they're 2-0 taking on the woeful Bishop Ward Cyclones tonight, so we can rather safely anticipate a Southwest victory in that contest. Either way, they'll have the tiebreaker. They're plus 26 points in this district, so they're in good shape to win the district. Second place, well, these teams both 1-1, each with a win over Bishop Ward. So a very, very important contest here as one of these teams is done for the year, and one heads to the 4A playoffs, which, of course, will take place for you on next Tuesday evening. Let's take a look at your keys to victory here in tonight's contest. First and foremost, the running game for both teams in this game. Now, DeSoto's a run-heavy team. That's what they like to get out and do. They're going to come out, play some smash-mouth football. So establishing the run important for them. Stopping the run equally important for St. James. That's maybe been their weakest point all season long. On the other side, since the injury to quarterback Jansen Keys, we've seen St. James do a much better job of running the football. They went from a very pass-heavy offense to what's turned into a very balanced offense over the course of the season. So the running game important. Second, get out to a good start. DeSoto's coming off of a tough loss. St. James snapped a 4-game losing streak last weekend, and the games they've lost, typically they've fallen down, especially the last couple of games that losing streak. They got down early, bad things happened. And finally, momentum. Both these teams headed in opposite directions momentum-wise. Who can do something and seize control early on in this contest. So we're about ready to get action underway. Again, thanks for joining us here on a10varsity.com. We've got coverage of high school football across Kansas and Missouri all over tonight and tomorrow night. Hope you'll join us for all of it. St. James in the white, kicking off from left to right on your monitor. There is a nice kick by Ryan Hand. Excuse me, that's Will Frank. It's in the end zone, and it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the DeSoto Wildcats as they come out on the field for the first time. Let's take a look at this DeSoto offense. Starting at quarterback is the 5'9", 170-pound junior. That's Corbin Clark. Completes 48% of his passes. Has carried it 75 times as well. He's a nice facilitator in this offense. Fullback is Gabe Hamilton, the senior. Cole Cannon is the tailback. Receivers Daniel Williams, C.J. Faddis, and Joey Johnson. Here's an I formation with a pair of wide receivers here. It's a play-action rollout to the right side for Clark. Throws on the run, makes the completion to Joey Johnson, and he will be out of bounds for a gain of 15 yards. This is a team that averages only 60 yards passing a game, and Coach Byers comes out, shakes things up a little bit. The completion to Johnson, who leads the team with 11 receptions, has the catch and the first down with the gain of 15. Across the line, Austin Reinerson, Caleb Ray, Brady Rendiza, Hayden Chandler, and Ryan Richard. There's your setup. Here's the handoff. This one straight ahead. Power football there on the dive. And that'll be a gain of 4 yards for Gabe Hamilton. The fullback gets his first carry. Does not see a ton of action, only 18 carries on the season, so a couple of maybe uncharacteristic calls here very early on in this game. Give him a little more push there on that play, and it'll be a gain of 5 yards for Hamilton. So 2nd down, 5, line of scrimmage for DeSoto at their own 40-yard line. St. James in their 3-4 defense here, bringing those outside linebackers up. Ball comes loose in the backfield on the handoff. Covered back up, though, by the Wildcats. Hamilton will keep it, and that will go down as a loss of 2 yards on that play. So 3rd down coming up here for DeSoto. That St. James defense for you across the line. Jake Whitman, Andrew Kelly, Chris Gomez. Linebackers, Ben Lecluse, Andy Muehlberg, Cole Orick, Matt Eckelman. Your cornerbacks, Tanner Hinderleiter and Brian Eisman. Matt Beerbaum leads the team with 4 interceptions at safety, and Tommy Huppy back deep as well. Here we go. 3rd down and 8. A rollout. Right side for Clark. Throws on the run again. This time it's intercepted, and the football will belong to St. James. A nice return up to the 20-yard line as well. And that's going to be Brian Eisman with the interception, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for St. James as they seize that momentum just like they talked about early on in this game and turn it into something, turn it into a 1st down here. Well, St. James could not have asked for a better first possession out of DeSoto. The question is, what can they do with it? Well, in at quarterback now, Jansen Keys. We have not seen him since he went out with injury against Baldwin City in week 5 of the season. This has been a different offense without him, but unfortunately it'll be a false start. It'll be offsides against DeSoto. I'll get a little rile from the crowd there, but penalty number 1 of the contest goes against the Wildcats. So 1st down and 5 now. As I said, Jansen Keys had hurt his MCL, had been out since the 1st quarter against Baldwin City. Now he's back and ready to lead this offense. We'll get to the lineups in just a moment. Here's that loaded pistol set, pair of wide receivers. It'll be a handoff right up the gut to Eisman. Eisman gets near the 1st down marker. He's going to be just a little bit short. And we'll give him 2 yards officially on that carry. So Keys, a 6'2", 170-pound junior and quarterback. Tailback is Jake Bade, the sophomore. You'll see Eisman back there as well. He'll also play wide receiver. Huppy and Eckelman, Tommy Huppy, Matt Eckelman, your wide receivers. Loaded pistol on 2nd down and 3. 2 wide receivers in this set. DeSoto stacking everybody in tight. This will be a handoff to Eisman again, and he is hit in the backfield and dropped on that play. Cole Cannon in there for the pressure in the backfield, and Eisman goes down for a loss, a big loss, 8 yards. So he's got 2 carries for -6 and sets up a very 3rd down and long. Coming into this game, St. James had been doing better running the football. A lot of that had been coming from the quarterback position, whether it was Eckelman, who played for a while, or King, who had some nice scrambles last week. With the tailback not doing much, it'll be Bade in the tailback position this time. 3rd down, we'll call it 11 here. Line of scrimmage is at the 31 of DeSoto. Keys takes the snap. Little 2-step drop, tucks it up, looking to run now, steps up in the pocket, avoids a defender, now throws it up for the corner of the end zone there, or tried to get it to the pylon. It throws long and out of bounds. St. James has not been very good on 3rd downs this season. They fail to convert there, and it'll be 4th down and 11. That's St. James line for you, by the way. Junior Chris Gomez, sophomore David Feist, junior Zach McGuff, junior Darren Feist, and junior Zach Wickman. Would be a very long field goal from here, about 45, 46 yards. Keys will come back out, and we will see an attempt on 4th down here. 3 plays resulted in a net loss of 6 yards on this opening possession here for St. James. We're scoreless. St. James with the 2nd possession overall in the game. Here's a shotgun set. Long drop back to set up the screen. Pass complete to Bade. He's tripped up at the 35, still on his feet across the 30, and he'll make decent progress but won't have near enough. Gets down to the 26-yard line. So it'll be a turnover on downs on a short completion there by Keys. A gain of about 8 yards on that play. So 1st and 10 again here as we see DeSoto take over for the 2nd time in this contest. We're scoreless. Handoff is to the deep back with a big hole and a big gain. That one started back at the 26, and it's all the way into St. James territory. Alex Pruss on the carry. Pruss not listed as a starter, but does get a lot of carries coming off the bench in this offense. So spot that ball just across the 50. Pruss ends up with a gain of 26 yards and a 1st down for DeSoto. Their 2nd of the game. 1st and 10 just inside St. James territory. Now Pruss gets a little banged up behind the line there Looked like he got tangled up with some of his own players, and this will turn into a loss of 3 yards on that play. So second down, 13. Line of scrimmage moves back to the 50-yard line. 8:20 to go. First quarter of play. No score between St. James and DeSoto. We're playing for second place here in the district that includes Blue Valley Southwest and Bishop Ward. Second down, 13. Here's a shotgun set for DeSoto now. Clark's back. Tries to send someone in motion, and things getting a little jumbled up there. That's going to be a penalty against DeSoto, a false start. That'll be their second 5-yard variety penalty here this evening. And this sets up a second down and very long for the green-clad Wildcats here. As far as field conditions tonight, cooling off very quickly as it has been all this week. However, as far as wind or breeze, nothing to speak of. So you really couldn't ask for better conditions out on the field here tonight. Grass field looking good as well here for the Wildcats. Here's an ace formation now with 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. It's going to be an option right side. A little bit of room for Clark to run as he tries to spin around the corner. Found a little seam as he cut it up outside of his tight end, but overall not much there. We'll push the ball forward about 3 yards for Clark on his first carry, and that'll bring up a third down. Third down, full 15 yards to go here at the DeSoto 48-yard line. Neither offense has been able to put much of anything together so far in this game, though DeSoto's had a couple decent plays. They do have 2 first downs. 0 for 1 on third downs. Wildcats will come out and show a single back set, rather an I set, as a handoff to the fullback. Hamilton is going to run straight ahead. Nice progress, ends up at about the 9 or 10-yard mark, but it sets up fourth down here. 9 yards on that carry for Hamilton. Fourth down now, and it'll be fourth down and 6, and we'll see a punting formation out there. Hamilton back deep to punt. He will stand at his own 45-yard line. The end runs in here on the near side. It'll be Jason Johnson. Hangs in tight. Good protection. Short kick about what you want at the 15. Takes a DeSoto bounce. King points at it. Tells everybody to stay away, and it'll be down. Looked like it was just inside the 10-yard line. So DeSoto does exactly what they want as they get the ball back to St. James, and the Thunder will send their offense out once again. Last time, they mostly moved backwards when they were out on the field. Let's see what they do with this possession here. No score, 6:03 to go. First quarter of play. Don't forget about the Kansas City Command this season. Season tickets for the 2012 Arena League football season are on sale right now. All games played at the Sprint Center. Call 855-KC Arena. Here we go. First down and 10 for St. James. Loaded pistol set. Keys drops back, airs it out across the middle, and that one slides through Eckelman's hands. That may have been a little bit behind him on that play, but boy, you can just tell the crispness on those passes by Keys. It's a good feeling, I think, for St. James to have him back under center. He just has a level of comfort in that pocket that had been missing, although, to be fair, Alex King grew nicely into that job last week, I thought, and for a young player, he was acclimating pretty well in limited snaps at the varsity level. Here's the snap to Keys. It'll be a handoff to Bade, in trouble with a little pressure in the backfield. Tries to bounce it out here to the near side. Couldn't find anywhere to go. He's held up again, and it's third down and long once again for the Thunder offense. No gain on that play for Bade. That's his first carry, by the way. Maybe just half a yard there. Third down. Still about a full 10 yards here. St. James is at their own 10-yard line. Keys with 2 backs in the pistol shotgun and 2 wide receivers spread very wide here. Huppy and Eckelman. Huppy's on the near sideline. Long snap count by Keys. Drops back. Short drop back. Steps up across the middle to Eckelman. He catches it at the stick, and with that big frame, he falls forward, and that will be a first down completion. Eckelman connects for 10 yards. First down of the game for St. James, and they're now 1 for 2 on third down. So that'll keep the chains and the clock moving. 5:08 to go. No score between DeSoto and St. James here on 810varsity.com. I'm Kenny Titus. Cameraman tonight is Mike Smith. Pistol set here now for the Thunder. Two wide receivers. DeSoto showing some pressure over on the far side. They will bring the secondary blitz. Handoff goes to Eisman. Found a seam. First down and more. He's up across the 40 and is knocked out of bounds. Huge gain. 18 yards. Eisman, no doubt, if not the fastest player on the St. James team, one of two. So 1st and 10 here now as St. James has worked to flip the field position in this contest. Shotgun set, two backs again, the running game kicking in a little bit now. Give Key some help there in the pocket. Handoff will go to Bade. Wants to slam it right. Bounced off a couple of players, one his own, one a DeSoto Wildcat before going down after a gain of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 now. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Huppy wide on the near side. Eckelman over to the left. We're getting Keenes back in there at quarterback really makes these wide receivers dangerous for St. James. This was the full complement they had in an upset of Eudora and Lewisburg. Here's Keys now, airing it up down the field along the sideline, trying to get it to Eckelman. It was caught by DeSoto player. Was it inbounds? And the officials say it was. It was incomplete, excuse me. Now the pass overthrown. So Keys now 2 for 5 today. That one nearly picked off, but thrown out of bounds there. It's the one thing, if you haven't watched a ton of these St. James games, every time it goes to Eckelman, it's pretty much a jump ball. He's come down with a fair share of them, though, this year. Coming into this game, Eckelman had 21 receptions and 6 touchdowns. 3rd down, 8 here from the Thunder's own 43-yard line. Keys takes the snap. Pressure is there. Keys rolls out to the near side, escapes it, then just trying to deliver it on the run and overthrows it incomplete. Intended to hook up with Eckelman. He's unable to do so. It's now 4th down and 8, and this should bring out the punt formation for St. James. 3:53 to go, first quarter of play, still scoreless here in DeSoto. Will be Eisman back deep at his own 31-yard line, ready to punt this football away. Looks like DeSoto will bring some pressure here on this play. Alex Pruss back deep to return. There was some pressure, nearly got there. Kick is away, it's short at the 15, rolls the 20. That is a nice roll. And it will be down back at about the 16-yard line. So DeSoto executed perfectly on the midfield punt just a possession ago. They pinned St. James back at their own 10-yard line. St. James is able to flip that on the Wildcats by driving to midfield. And a good punt by Eisman sets up 1st and 10 at the 17 for this Wildcat team. So the Wildcats come back out. They've got a pair of first downs and a couple of big plays, a 15-yard completion, a 26-yard run. They've not been able to do anything besides those two. Here's a handoff and a nice cut to Pruss. Oh, he breaks an arm tackle, is to the outside, turns it upfield at the 30 and out of bounds into the crowd. Move the chains, first down run for DeSoto. So another nice chunk of yardage for DeSoto, as the St. James defense, which has been susceptible to their opponent's running attacks, is unable to wrap up there. They were in the right spots. They were just unable to close things up there. 18-yard run for Pruss. He's got 3 carries for 41 yards in this game. Here's a single back set. Twins off to the right side, a slot back over there as well. Hand off to Pruss again. This time he's hitting the backfield, shakes off the first tackler, but assisting on the tackle was Jake Bade. No gain on that play for Pruss. 2nd down and 10 coming up here. 3:15 to go, first quarter of play. We're still scoreless in DeSoto. Wildcats will come to the line here at 2nd down and 10. 2 wide receivers, ace formation, same setup. This time an option to the right. Early pitch forced, and the ball is on the turf. It's loose. It's scooped up again by DeSoto. Ryan Hicks on the carry, and he will take a pretty big loss in the stat column for that one. Now, the option has not yielded great results. It's been ran a couple of times to that right side for DeSoto in this quarter, and so far not so good. 8-yard loss on that play, so 3rd down and 18 for DeSoto, as they've been pretty consistent on each of their first 3 possessions. They've had a big play in the middle of each of those drives for a 1st down, and then they've been able to do nothing upon getting the big play. 3rd and 18 here. DeSoto is yet to convert on a 3rd down. Single back set, deep drop back here. Looks like a possible screen, but Clark is on the run, in trouble, and sacked, taken down by several St. James players. Take your pick. At least 3 guys were back there. Cole Orrick closest to the action, perhaps. And a big loss all the way back inside the 20-yard line. And we'll officially put that as a loss of 12 yards for Clark on that play. And the negative yardage adding up in a hurry for DeSoto on 4th down. A low punt, just barely gotten off there by the fullback Hamilton. He does so. Now Eisman fumbles the football and it rolls out of bounds. Oh my. That was almost a disaster for St. James after some of the best defense we've seen the Thunder play all season. But Lucky Bounce takes that one out of bounds, maybe a few yards farther back, but St. James is able to keep control of the football here. 1:26 to go, 1st quarter of play, 0-0, St. James and DeSoto. We saw some flashes of things getting going for St. James on that last drive. We were able to put together about a 40-yard drive to midfield. Thunder now take over at excellent field position. 1st and 10 at the DeSoto 48. Pistol set, 2 wide receivers. Keys on the quarterback run, now looks back, passes it back. That was a lateral. It goes to Eisman. He catches it alone in the flat. Dancing around here on the near sideline. Will have good yardage. He's across the 40, but shy of the 35, and it will be enough to move the chains. He is down to the 38-yard line. So a 10-yard gain and a 1st down for Eisman. 1st and 10 here for St. James now. Up to the 38. Pistol set again. 2 wide receivers. Keys hands it off to Eisman. He'll run straight ahead. Picks up a couple yards. About 3 there. He's got 4 carries for 15 yards in the contest so far. 2nd down. Nearly 8 yards to go here. Under a minute to go now, 1st quarter of play. Keys looks over to Coach Radke, takes his time, brings it back into the huddle. Keys making his first appearance since the Baldwin game, went out early in that contest with an MCL injury. Back, and so far has looked pretty good out there. Not shown any constraints anyway. Maybe a little more hesitant to run, but looked good maneuvering in the pocket and throwing on the run. He'll do it again this time. Throws right side. Ball goes through Tommy Huppy's hands and incomplete. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 here. 30.7 to go here in the 1st quarter of play. Keys took a little bit of a shot after delivering that one as well. Adjusts his shoulder pad out there. We'll see Keith Winger check out. Matt Eckelman back in the lineup. 3rd down, 8 to go here. Ball at the 35 of DeSoto. This is about as close as St. James has been. They went for it in about this area earlier in the quarter on a 4th down and did not get it. Here's a run right side for Keys. First time he's taken off outside of the pocket, lowers his shoulder and rolls forward. 1st down yardage. He'll be all the way down to the 15-yard line. And a nice little gain there. Excuse me, that'll be the 25-yard line, so it'll be a 10-yard gain. Keys with his first official carry of the night. and a nice third down conversion. St. James, 2 of 4 in that category tonight. 1st and 10 here. Pistol set. Keys hands it off to Eisman. Breaks one tackle. Flag comes out. Eisman gets to the line of scrimmage where he is taken down by Reichert. And that'll stop the clock at 9.9. Penalty will be charged against St. James, and it will be holding. Well, this will not be good for the way we've seen St. James methodically kind of pushing the ball down the field. It'll be the full 10-yard penalty, their first of the game. And that should be the final play here of the first quarter. So we've reached the end of one. No score between St. James and DeSoto as these two teams battle for the final playoff spot in their district. St. James 0, DeSoto 0. It'll be 1st and 20 for St. James coming up to start the second quarter. Thanks for listening to 810varsity.com's coverage of high school football. Don't forget about the $5 Foot Dog subs. They're back at Mr. Good Sense. 7 great subs to choose from. Come see what fresh really is at Mr. Good Sense. Well, we're just about ready to get the second quarter of action underway here in DeSoto. No score between DeSoto and St. James. I'm Kenny Titus. Cameraman tonight is Mike Smith. First down 20 coming up here for St. James Academy. They have the football at the DeSoto 34-yard line. Thunder come out in a pistol set. That's their base offense. 2 wide receivers. Handoff is to Bade. He'll run straight ahead. Had a good head of steam built up, but stopped in his tracks by Ryan Richard. Short gain. We'll give him 2 yards on that play. Quite night for Bade so far. 3 carries for 4 yards, but over the last couple of weeks, he's really done a nice job making progress in the run game. Has been much more effective anyway with his carries. Second down, 18. Pistol set once again. Scoreless and just underway here in the second quarter of action. We're in DeSoto tonight. Keys hands it off to Eisman. Eisman tries his luck, goes up the middle. A little juke in between the hash marks over to the left. He'll push the stick forward a little bit there. Another short gain. Gets things to 3rd down and 15. Eisman picks up another 4. He has had a nice job on the ground tonight. 1 18-yard carry tucked away in the stats for him. 3rd down, 15. Line of scrimmage is at the 30-yard line of DeSoto. We've seen St. James go 2 of 4 on 3rd down conversions tonight. This is the longest 3rd down they've had, though. Officials stopping play here, though, for the moment. And we'll have a timeout on the field. It'll be St. James taking their first time out of the half. It comes at the 10:34 mark with a 3rd down and 15. Well, don't forget about Nick and Jake's. Want to thank them for being the feature sponsor of 810varsity.com. Nick and Jake's, real food, honest drink. The proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com. You can check out promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter. Their handle at Nick and Jake's. Well, if you're looking at things strategically for St. James, we've not seen Coach Radke have much propensity to kick field goals. A short gain here still leaves you with a very long field goal anyway, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Thunder play this as sort of 2-down territory. If you can get half the yardage here, it sets up a much more manageable 4th down, and that 6, 7, 8 yard range has been a little easier for St. James to bear so far in this game anyway. We'll see what they come out of the huddle with here. Thunder have put the ball in the air 8 times already. Keys coming back from injury, 3 of 8 for 28 yards. 3rd and 15 from the 30-yard line here. It'll be a single back in the pistol with 3 wide receivers. Twins here on the near side of the field, and this play will not get started. Flags coming out almost immediately here. And offsides on DeSoto. So the Wildcats, with the encroachment penalty, pick up their 3rd penalty of the game. They have been penalized for 15 yards. Things a little bit easier now for St. James. 3rd down and 10. Keys has a pair of wide receivers to his left, 1 wide receiver to his right. Bade lined up as the deep running back. Here is the snap. Keys dropping back, rolls to his right, under some pressure, throws it up for grabs, and in the end zone he's going for Eckelman. Ball is tipped and falls incomplete to the ground. Eckelman was bigger than any of the defenders, where there were 2 of them initially, and then a 3rd one came over to help. And there's a flag now back where Keys went to the ground. That could be some sort of face mask or late hit. And we'll see how this shakes out here. It would be 4th down and 10, but now face mask was called in the backfield. It's a personal foul, so a big one. 15-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down. Well, he said personal foul, but they're still showing a 3rd down out there on the field. It's an incidental face mask. So it moves the football up to the 17, so 3rd down and about 3 here. Shotgun set. Keys will roll out. Looking to his left, puts it in the air. The ball was caught by Eckelman as he straddles the sideline there and then falls over. So it'll be good for a Thunder 1st down as they convert on 3rd down. That's their 5th 1st down of the contest. Ball's up to the 9, so that was a gain of 8 for Keys, connecting with Eckelman. 2 catches, 18 yards for Eckelman in this game. It'll be 1st and goal now. We'll put the ball right there at the 9. 2-back shotgun set. Eisman running straight ahead. Won't find much room as he shifts over to his left. Gain of 1 officially. Now St. James has not had much luck scoring rushing touchdowns. We'll see how they do inside the 10 here. Coming into this game, just 4 rushing touchdowns all season. They've done most of their work through the air. A lot of that's been Eckelman down in this area as well. Shotgun set with a deep back. Keys has Bade lined up behind him. Running to his right, looks like an option. Fakes the pitch, cuts it up. Keys heads for the end zone, and he could not quite get there. Gain of 7. It'll set up 3rd and goal from the 1. So another big 3rd down here for St. James as Keys takes off running for the 2nd time in this game. Nice looking run there. Keys looking fully recovered for the most part, at least what we can tell. Has looked good running the football, running and throwing on the run. It's been A-OK in all categories so far, so that MCL not bothering him. Here is a 3rd and goal from the 1 now. Handoff right side to Eckelman, jumps over the goal line, and he is in for a 1-yard touchdown run. First carry for Matt Eckelman. And on 3rd down, St. James punches it in to take a 6-0 lead with the first score of the game, and 8:56 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Extra point attempt coming now. Here's Will Frank. Kick is up, and it's good. 7-0. St. James out on top. Well, follow A10 Varsity on Facebook and Twitter for the rest of the season. We'll choose a weekly winner for $50 gift certificates to Best Buy, Nick and Jake's, and more. Follow A10 Varsity on Facebook and Twitter today. Also a great place to follow the playoffs in the metro area. We've got your district standings, all those point differentials and whatnot. A good time to check up on those. Those can get kind of complicated, at least on the Kansas side of things here. So we've got all that laid out for you. You can see exactly what's on the line and all those districts touching the metro area here tonight. It's 7-0 here in DeSoto. St. James has the first score of the game, and it comes early on in this second quarter of play. Both teams' defenses have been doing the shining here early on. St. James is set to kick off. Alex King will kick off here. As we see the first sustained drive by either team result in a touchdown for the Thunder. They're looking to win 2 in a row. They won 4, they lost 4. They won 3, lost 4, then got back on the winning track last week against Bishop Ward. Here's the kickoff. It'll be taken by Hamilton at the 10, 15, 20, at the 25, in a big pile up there. He'll be taken down. Winger in on the tackle. Ryan Hand in there. Andy Muehlberger in there as well. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for DeSoto. They will take over at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 from St. James territory. Coach Byers gets his offense set and sends the Wildcats out onto the field. So 1st down and 10. 3 first downs in this first half for DeSoto so far. Looks like they'll show a single back set here as we get everybody all set with the officials. Single back set, 2 wide receivers, H-back in there as well. Counter to the left side. Here is Pruss. Breaks through 2 tackles, nearly spins free from a 3rd, and ends up with a 12-yard gain. Well, Pruss has been carrying the entire offensive workload, with the exception of the opening pass of the game between Clark and Johnson for 15 yards. Otherwise, Pruss has 53 yards, Hicks has -8, Clark has a loss of 9, Hamilton has 3 carries for 12 yards. 1st down and 10. Move the line up to the 37-yard line. It'll be a single back with trips to the near side and a wide receiver off to the left. Hand off to Pruss, running right side. Good pressure that time as he ran out of room. Andrew Kelly in on the stop there. That'll be no gain for Pruss. 6 carries, 53 yards for him now. Cole Cannon comes into the game. Pruss will get a breather. 7:50 to go until halftime. 7-0. St. James has the lead. I formation here for the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers. And this will be another run. Going to the right this time. And just not much room at all there. Iceman with the stop. Cannon will have his first carry. We'll give him no gain on that play. So 3rd and 10. St. James defensive front playing pretty close to their best game of the season from what we've seen so far. I formation. Here's a handoff. It goes to the fullback. I believe that was a triple option because of the pressure, but it forced the early handoff. Hamilton takes it straight ahead. 6 yards. Nice job of grinding that one out. But on 3rd down, that will not get things done as the Wildcats are now 0 for 4 on 3rd downs. And we'll bring up another punting situation here for DeSoto. Hamilton moves from fullback to punter here and stands back at his own 31-yard line. St. James will send 2 men back. Set up for the return here. They have had some luck getting a little pressure on DeSoto here tonight. Plenty of protection for Miller here. Gets up a high kick. This one will bounce at the 25, rolls to the 20, down to the 15, and spotted at the 14-yard line. First man there is Brent Johnson, the junior defensive back. So St. James will send the offense back out. with 6:12 to go, so we're halfway through this second quarter. Thunder leads 7-0, able to punch in their last possession for the first score of the game, taking advantage of good field position. Well, you can tell a difference watching this St. James team with Jansen Keys at quarterback. This has made all the difference in the world. It's at least giving the defense a little bit of a rest. Widespread front here, DeSoto, to match up with those big, wide offensive line stances. Here's a backwards pass, and it was caught, but the knee was down. That'll technically be a pitch. And that's Tommy Huppy on the reception. And since that was a backwards pass, Huppy technically will get credit for a run on that play, at least in my scorebook. And that'll be a big loss, 10 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 20, back at, that'll be the 5-yard line. Shotgun set here. 3 wide receivers as the field spread for Keys. Throws it into the flats to Eisman, catches it, and then he's tackled by the ankles by Cannon. And that'll advance the chains a little bit. Set up a 3rd down and long. That works out to a gain of about 10. So Keys, 5 of 10, right at his average, 50% tonight. Eisman has a pair of catches for 20 yards. Maybe got 11 on that one. We'll call it 3rd down and 9 here. St. James, 4 of 6 on 3rd down, so they've been pretty good. This will be their 7th try. They've had a couple long ones mixed in tonight. Keys with a shotgun and 4 wide receivers. Here's the snap. Keys drops back. He's rolling to the right side, looking down the field, airs it out for Huppy, and it is caught as he heads toward the sideline. Completion at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 16 yards and another 3rd down conversion. Huppy there on the run with a nice catch. And Keys, 6 of 11. Starting to heat up after a bit of a rough start there. 1st down and 10 now. Handoff will go to Bade. Bade runs to the right side, makes his own room there as he's squeezed between a couple of different players, and will pick up 3 yards. Bade, 4 carries for 7 yards here tonight. 4 minutes now to go until halftime. 7-0, St. James has the lead. 2nd down, 7 yards here. It'll be a loaded pistol set. 2 wide receivers. Keys takes the snap, hands it off to Eisman. Looks like he got tripped up at the line there. Cannon might have been able to reach up and get a handle on him. Hicks was right there as well. Either way, not much yard for Bade. For Eisman. Give him 1 yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 6 now. Quick moving first half of play here. St. James will take their time here on this 3rd down. They've been very good on 3rd down. Like I said, 5 of 7 now before this play. Shotgun set, 1 back. That's going to be Bade. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 receiver to the left. It's an option, near side. Keys will turn it upfield. He has a chance. He's at the 40. Tries to get past that last defender, and this is going to be close. It looks like he might just have it. And they're moving the chains. He will. 1st down run. So Keys takes off once again. We've seen him do that a couple times in this game. He's done a nice job knowing when to run. That a designed run with the option, but a good job to see the seam and cut up field. 3 carries for 24 yards unofficially for Jensen Keys here tonight. 1st down and 10 with 2:45 and counting until halftime. Here's the shotgun. 2 backs, 2 receivers. Now Eisman will swing out wide to the right side. Keys hands it off to Bade. Bade running straight ahead and powers ahead for 5 yards. Bade hasn't been flashy, but he's been able to grind at some clock and gut out some tough yards, and we will get a timeout here by the officials. They blow things, get everything set. Okay, here we go. 2nd down and 5 as we're ready to go again. One back out of the pistol this time. Twins right, one receiver on the near side. Here's Keys. Throws it into the flat to Eisman. He's going to have to work to make something happen. Dancing around. Gets 3 yards. But didn't have a lot of room there. He caught that pretty deep behind the line of scrimmage. And really had 2 defenders right in front of him. Had to do quite a bit of fancy footwork to advance that and set up this 3rd down and 2 here. 97 seconds until halftime. St. James has been methodical in this game. They've not shown a propensity for big plays as they try to go with a little bit of a trickeration here, but we get a timeout taken by DeSoto. They did not like the look of that setup. So a timeout here, that stops the clock with exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds until halftime. 7-0. St. James up on top of DeSoto. We're playing for 2nd place in the district here. Now you can visit MrOlathe.com to search for home sales in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. That's MISTER Olathe.com. Kenny Titus, Mike Smith with you here in DeSoto tonight. Blue Belly Southwest already locked up as district champion here tonight. Plus 26 and 2-0. The only way things could even get interesting would be a loss to winless Bishop Ward tonight. So, barring something very unsuspected, it's a walk away for Blue Valley Southwest. However, both these teams in front of us, St. James and DeSoto, 1-1 with wins over Bishop Ward, playing for that 2nd playoff spot. Of course, playoffs begin Tuesday night for Class 4A here in Kansas. 3rd down, 2 here. And the snap, it's to the up back to Bade, running straight ahead. He did not get there. Gains 1. So St. James turned away on 3rd down with 1:15 on the clock. St. James will keep the offense out there. Keys looks like he'll come under center. 4th down, and that is a full yard, if not a yard and a half. And he'll go with the sneak, denied initially. 2nd effort, not enough. That is a no gain for Keys. And that will result in a turnover on downs. Well, no doubt Coach Radke likes to be aggressive in these late situations. But certainly an interesting call there with all the momentum on your side in a 4th down. Why not just run the clock, punt it away, and try and take that 7-0 lead in? Now DeSoto has a chance to make something happen. Now, granted, DeSoto, as far as passing goes, not a high-powered passing team. However, they have had a couple nice runs that have broken big. If you give up a big run here, it changes the outlook in a hurry. Ball's at the 48 of DeSoto. Single back set, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Play action pass. Here's Clark. Connects in the flat, and it is caught by Joey Johnson. Nearly able to break free of an arm tackle there. Eisman a little shaky, but he gets things done with 42.9 seconds on the clock. DeSoto will take their 2nd time out of the half. They've got 1 left. 3 yards on that completion, so Clark now 2 of 3 for a whopping 18 yards. Both completions have been caught by Johnson. 2nd down, 7. That'll be the setup coming out of the timeout. Clock right at 42.9 until halftime. St. James going for it on 4th down, being turned away just inside of DeSoto territory. Wildcats now coming out slinging it. That was, like I said, just the 3rd pass attempt of the game by DeSoto. 2 for 3 on the night. Wildcats ready to break, but have a few more minutes before the end of the huddle, so they head back over to Coach Byers. DeSoto 5-3, 1-1 in district. Interesting stat for you, though. DeSoto just 1-3 at home, while they're 4-0 on the road. Now, part of that is 2 of their 3 losses have come in Frontier League play. Lost to Eudora and Paola, both solid teams, especially Paola, who won the league by half a game this year. or was up a half a game heading into tonight. Here's an I formation on 2nd down and 7. Pump fake left, now deep, but the ball falls incomplete as there is serious pressure in the backfield. Clark hit as he threw. Jake Whitman, Andrew Kelly, the big boys in this 3-4 defense, getting some pressure, and Clark falls to 50% for the game. Here's 3rd down now for DeSoto. They're just inside St. James territory at the 48-yard line, just a bit shy of that. I formation again. 3rd down 7, 38.7 seconds until halftime. Handoff will go to the fullback. There is some room for Hamilton. 40, 35, still on his feet at the 30. Shakes off a waist tackle, bounces off another diving tackler, still on his feet, and he's all the way down to the 5-yard line. Gain of 43 yards on 3rd down by Gabe Hamilton. Official spot will be at the 6, and that's what the one thing that had me a little bit worried. St. James has not been fundamentally sound tackling in the running game this season, and they put it on full display there. Clock down to 25.6 seconds after that fullback dive. Goes for 43 yards. DeSoto will go ahead and use their final timeout as the officials, the scorers up here arguing about whether or not there should be a little more time left on the clock. But Whitehat seems intent out there. Either way, just under 25 seconds as it stands right now. St. James leading 7-0. DeSoto has no timeouts left, so if they go with the running game, there is a certain amount of risk there. St. James, should it matter, still has 2 timeouts left. Wildcats will come out of the timeout now, looking to tie this game up before halftime. Coach Byers getting an explanation about why nothing being added back to the clock. And he's set. Okay. DeSoto looking to finish big here in the first half. 2 tight ends, single back set. Fake handoff, roll out to the right. Looks like a designed run and no room for Clark, but he's hit and taken out of bounds by Lecluse. So, got back to the line of scrimmage. And he'll have 2nd down and goal. 20.3 now on the clock. And that was either a pass to get rid of it or get out of bounds on that play for Clark. So a safe play. Remember, DeSoto has no timeouts left here. Back to the I formation on 2nd and goal. 2 wide receivers. Play action, roll to the right side again. Here's the pass, corner of the end zone, too high, incomplete. Clark had his man kind of floating back there, but overthrown by a wide margin. Back onto the track. 3rd and goal now with 15.8 seconds to go here in the quarter. Well, certainly you almost have to go for the end zone at 15.8. You've only got 1 play after. If you're going a run, would be very dangerous unless you're very confident at this point. Here's a single back set. 4 receivers out there. Roll out again to the right side. Now running back the other way. There is some room. A good block, and Clark is in the end zone. 6-yard touchdown run by Corbin Clark. And it's 7-6. St. James leads by 1 point now as the score comes in with 8.6 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Clark on the run, 4 carries for -3 yards, but one of those a big touchdown run. Here's the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good by Josh Paisley, and we're tied up 7-7. So 7-7 here. We'll have a kickoff and maybe 1 play for St. James as the aggressive play call to go for it on 4th down and 1 at midfield resulted in a turnover and downs, and then a touchdown in the final 90 seconds by DeSoto. So these two teams playing neck and neck, kind of what we expected looking over the last couple of weeks in this contest. DeSoto set to kick off now from the 40-yard line. Cannon on for the kickoff here. And here we go. Low line drive kick. It'll be taken at the 15-yard line up to the 20. 25 for King. Has some room. Still on his feet at the 30. Breaks off a couple tackles at the 40. And he'll go down at the 44-yard line with .9 on the clock. So a chance for one attempt to add something should St. James try to take advantage of it. Perhaps the time to try something from the bag of tricks here before you head into the locker room. Either way, the St. James offense comes onto the field now. Again, 0.9 seconds. They'll have a chance for one play here. 1st and 10. Official spot goes down at the 43-yard line. 7-7. We're all tied up. Thunder offense takes their time and breaks the huddle now. And it'll be Keys in there at quarterback. A shotgun set. Bade the deep back. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Keys, low snap. Has time on the 3-man rush. Looking down the field. He's going to air it up on the near sideline. It's intended for Eckelman. Ball is tipped, and Eckelman is tangled up with the defensive back. He gets down to the 19-yard line, but it will not matter. So a nice completion, but not enough. As Eckelman goes up, gets the jump ball, it's good for a first down, but time expires, and we reach halftime. 7-7. St. James, DeSoto fighting for runner-up in their district, and they go into halftime all tied up. This is 810varsity.com's coverage of high school football. Don't forget to check 810 Varsity for all your district and playoff information. We've got our projected brackets, a little bracketology, if you will, there. So all kinds of good stuff. Great to check out at halftime here as we put 15 minutes on the clock. And we'll be back. We'll have some stats for you here in a little bit. And second half action live from DeSoto. Wildcats, Thunder, all tied up at 7. And welcome back here to A10Varsity.com's coverage of Kansas high school football. I'm Kenny Titus. Cameraman tonight is Mike Smith. 7-7 ties. We get ready for second half action here in DeSoto between the Wildcats of DeSoto and the St. James Thunder. Captains meeting at midfield here as we run down some of your first half statistics for you. Passing for DeSoto, Clark tonight 2 of 5 for 18 yards. Receiving-wise, Johnson has 2 catches for all 18 of those yards. On the ground, Hamilton 5 carries for 61 yards. Clark has a rushing touchdown, but because of sacks, 4 carries for a loss of 3. Hicks a run for a loss of 8. Cannon 1 carry for no gain, and Pruss has 6 carries for 53 yards. Totals on the night: 103 rushing, 18 passing, good for 121 yards. On a third down tonight, DeSoto is 2 of 6, no fourth down attempts. They've got 5 first downs and 15 yards of penalties. For St. James, Keys 8 of 13 for 103 yards. Eckelman 3 catches for 56 yards. Eisman 3 catches for 23. Bade a catch for 8, and Huppy a catch for 16. Taking a look at the rushing yards, Keys 4 for 24. Bade 6 for 13. Eckelman 1 for 1 with a touchdown. Eisman 7 for 21, and Huppy has 1 catch for negative 10 yards. 152 yards total offense, 103 in the air, 49 passing on third down. 6 of 9 is how things look for St. James as they will be receiving the opening kickoff. It's bobbled here by Eisman, dancing around a little bit. That's Eckelman. He turns the corner, and this one looks like it's going to be a touchdown on the first play of the second half. Brian Eisman takes it in for a touchdown 13 seconds in, and all of a sudden St. James comes out rolling. 13-7 with 11:47 to play here in the third. 87-yard touchdown return. Extra point attempt coming up here. We'll get you the rest of those St. James stats in just a minute. St. James comes roaring out of the locker room. Extra point is up. It's good. Flags, though, coming out. And a false start is against St. James, so we'll try this one more time. Add on the 5-yard penalty. So a little longer try on the extra point here. We've not seen Frank get the opportunity for much more than extra point. Actually, the only thing he's had the opportunity for is extra points this season, so his longest attempt here. Kick is up. That's right on the money. No question about that. And it's 14-7. St. James, with the opening kickoff return, it takes the lead here. Looking at the rest of those stats, as I said, totals for the first half: 49 yards rushing, 103 passing for 152 yards. St. James 6 of 9 on third down conversions, 0 for 2 on fourth down. They ended up with 8 first downs and 1 penalty for 10 yards. So that's the way things set up here. Once again, this is A10Varsity.com's coverage of Kansas high school football, and I want to remind you to check out the Kansas City Command this season. The 2012 Arena Football League season at the Sprint Center is coming up. It's a great place to watch a football game, and you cannot beat the excitement of Arena League football. Lots of points if that's what you like. 855 KC Arena for the Kansas City Command. Kenny Titus, Mike Smith with you here as we are now into the second half, and a whole new feel to this ball game after that start. Chilly night here in DeSoto, but no breeze. So a great night for some football action here. St. James now set, ready for the kickoff. Again, 14-7. Thunder looking to win 2 straight and secure a playoff berth. Little squib kick bounces at the 30, scooped up at the 15-20. There's a seam at the 30, a cut inside at the 40. To the 50, it's a foot race and down at the 30-yard line. Big run on that play by Alex Pruss, and a 55-yard return. Doesn't quite return the favor, but it does put DeSoto in their best field position of the night. DeSoto offensively has had their struggles. they've certainly had some nice individual plays, but stringing together anything consistent or to build the drive has really been the problem for the Wildcats in this contest. Here's a single back set. Handoff is right up the middle, and lots of room for Cannon. Pushes down to the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 12 yards. So Cannon, 2 carries for 12. And DeSoto now, a big kickoff return and then a big play from scrimmage. Ball's at the 19. We'll have a first down and 10 from there. Single back set. 2 wide receivers. Here's Clark under center. Handoff will go to Cannon again, this time caught from behind. Darren Feist, the 6'2", 251-pound junior, with a big stop, and that'll be no gain for Cannon on that play. Second down and 10 now. Wildcats have rotated between that single back and the I. Had about the same results either way. We've not seen them use much shotgun here. It'll be an ace formation again. A tight end, 2 receivers, and an H-back out there. Handoff goes left side. Here's some room for Cannon. Cuts it up and busts into the end zone. 19-yard touchdown run for Cannon. Cole Cannon now, 4 carries. For 31 yards, for 31 yards and a touchdown, and it's 14-13 with 10:31 to go here in the third quarter of play. Extra point attempt up. Paisley puts it through, and we're all tied up at 14. 10:31 to go here in the third quarter of play. Well, don't forget $5 footlong subs are back at Mr. Goodsense. 7th grade subs to choose from. Come see what fresh really is at Mr. Goodsense. Kenny Titus, Mike Smith with you here on 810varsity.com, and what's turning out to be an exciting second half. We're not even 2 minutes in, and we've already seen 2 touchdowns. One, the opening kickoff returned back, and now after a 55-yard return and then 2 plays later, a quick answer for DeSoto. Both teams showing some explosiveness they were lacking in the first half of play, as you just can feel a totally different tempo here in the second half. We'll see whether it sticks or not, as DeSoto is set to kick off. Neither team has shown much in the way of kick coverage so far in this second half. Everybody's warmed up now, and we'll see how things step up here. Winner of this game headed to the playoffs. Loser is done for the year. Here is the kickoff after the score. It's a squib kick rolling down to about the 16-yard line. Scooped up by King. He wants to run right. Does have the 20, and then he's bottled up. So St. James will have a full field in front of them. A first down and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Now, there weren't a lot of points resulting from it, but the one thing St. James really did that was able to outshine DeSoto in the first half was kind of put together some drives. If you look at it, I think from a time of possession perspective, they were able to do a nice job and really kind of control the football. It gave DeSoto very few opportunities to do what we just saw. Here's a first and 10 out of the shotgun. It's a toss sweep right side. Not a lot of room over there for Eisman. He is angled out of bounds. C.J. Faddis there to make the stop. And it'll only be about a gain of 1 with the official spot. So second down, 9 for St. James here. Jansen Keys back from that MCL injury, looking very, very confident at quarterback. He's had a couple key scrambles. Made some nice throws once he kind of got in the rhythm of the game as well. It's a low snap here. Gets the handoff to Bade. Bade's going to try running straight ahead. Grinds out a couple more, but it's still going to be third down and long here for the Wildcats. Give him a gain of 3 on that play. And it will be third down and 6 to go here for St. James. It's been mostly the passing game here. They've had some nice runs, but with Keys back in there, the balance is skewed towards the air attack. This is an option on third down and 6, and lots of pressure on Bate. He goes against the grain, has some room, gets over a diving player, and will have the first down. Wow, great run for the first there. From the 28 to the 38, and Bate a nice run on third down. 8 carries, 26 yards for him tonight. So first down and 10 here is St. James now, trying to grind out the clock a little bit. 3-man front from DeSoto, but as they try to match up with this spread offense. Here's a little screen underneath to Bate. He catches it about 3 yards behind the line, but it was kind of a lofting, floating pass there. It made things slow to develop is the long and the short of it, and the defense swarmed around. Bate did a good job to get 2 yards out of that. So second reception by Bate on the night, 2 for 10. It'll be a second down and 8 here now. St. James at their own 40-yard line. Shotgun set, Twins near side. Here comes Winger in motion now, so make that trips here on the near side. Lines up in a tight end spot in a 3-point stance. Snap will go to Keys, rolls near side, now airs it up down the field. Ball's tipped, Eisman catches it at the 25 off the defender's hands, turns and takes it into the end zone. 61 yards out, and it's Keys' first touchdown pass of the game. What a catch by Eisman. 4 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown reception to boot. 20-14 now, St. James right back on top. The scoring coming fast and furious now in the third quarter of play after if you like defense and running, the first half was great, but if you like points, there wasn't a lot of entertainment value there till the very end. Extra point by Frank is up. It's good. 21-14 with 8:20 to go here in the third quarter of play. St. James now has the lead. Well, Eisman has the 2 second-half scores. An 87-yard kickoff return, 61-yard touchdown reception. Did it in kind of spectacular fashion. He was covered in front. Pass was maybe just a little bit underthrown. It was pretty close, but it was still tipped by the defender, but tipped right to Eisman, catches it, is able to turn around as the defender fell down, and nobody was able to catch him to get that 7-point lead right back. So both offenses chugging along now. Had some good field position to help in between. Special thanks to Nick and Jake's, Real Food, Honest Drink. Nick and Jake's is the proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com. Check out our promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter at Nick and Jake's. I'm Kenny Titus, Mike Smith on the camera tonight. We're in DeSoto. 2 teams vying for one playoff position here. DeSoto, third place in the Frontier League this season, coming in at 5-3, 1-1 in district. St. James coming in at 4-4, looking to lodge a winning season and grab a playoff spot. This team that's made pretty significant strides under Coach Radke in his first year here. A new thing to be in contention for this playoff spot, handling it well so far and getting healthier. King with the kickoff. It'll bounce at the 15. It's caught by Cannon, full head of speed. Looking on the left side, breaks out of a couple tackles, now has some room and tackled by the shoestrings by Scott Luby, who was on its back, reached up, made the stop. Either way, it counts, and it'll be 1st and 10 for DeSoto. Maybe a little shy where they could have ended up. Either way, it's still pretty good field position. They've got it at their own 39-yard line. DeSoto has not done a good job protecting their home field this season. 4-0 on the road. but 1-3 here in DeSoto this season. They've had a tough schedule. Paola, Eudora both scoring wins here, and then losing the district game last week. So 2 of those are pretty understandable, but kind of a funny stat, I guess, if you just look at games on paper. Hand up the middle, 1 broken tackle, 2 broken tackles, and a 10-yard gain by Pruce. Well, St. James, in the first half until the final possession, did a fantastic job of stopping the running game. But a big run just before halftime that put DeSoto in scoring position, and the first 2 possessions of this second half have really highlighted some of the tackling problems that St. James has had when it's come to stopping opponents' running games. Here's a 1st and 10 now from the 48. It's a keeper here on the right side, and that'll be a decent gain for Clark. Tried to stretch out the defense, and we'll end up with 3 yards. That gets Clark back to even on the day rushing-wise, 5 carries for no gain. 7:20 to go here, third quarter of play. DeSoto trying to answer back. It's become a game of one-upmanship here in the first part of the third quarter of play. DeSoto on the clock now. I formation, a pair of wide receivers, 4-man front this time from St. James. It's a keeper actually to the left side, and there's Clark still on his feet. The quarterback shakes off Huppy at about the 40-yard line, and he's well in to Thunder territory with a first down. So gain of 13 yards there for Clark. He's picked up the last 2 first downs with his legs. 1st and 10 from the St. James 36-yard line as the Thunder defense now looking a little wobbly out there. I formation again. 2 receivers and a tight end. Clark hands it off to Pruce. Pruce sheds off Huppy. 20, 10, 5, touchdown DeSoto. Off to the races once again. Pruce has his first touchdown of the game, and now with that 36-yard touchdown run, 8 carries for 96 yards. 6:24 to go in the third quarter, and it's 21-20. St. James lead, extra point pending for DeSoto. Paisley on to kick the extra point here. Late sub coming. That'll be Gabe Hamilton. As now we've got 11 on the field for the Wildcats. There they go. They're set up on the left side. Paisley gets the high snap. Puts it through the uprights, and we're tied 21-21 here in DeSoto. You can visit MrOlathe.com to search for homes for sale in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. That's MISTER, Olathe.com. Well, I don't think anybody who watched that first half of play would have predicted what we've seen unfold here in this third quarter. It was 7-7 going into the halftime locker room, with the scores coming with 8:56 to go in the second quarter and then 8 seconds to go in the second quarter. It was a very quiet and quick first half as both teams, they just couldn't quite punch it in ever. But that has not been the problem at all in this third quarter of play, as it seems like nobody can remember how to play defense all of a sudden. It's been all big plays and special teams that set everything up here. Here's DeSoto with the kickoff. It goes underneath King's legs. I don't know if he touched it or not, but he's going to pick it up inside the 5, trying to find a little bit of room. He's up to the 6, and for the first time, it's the kicking team that comes up with the play here in the second half, and St. James has a very long field set up in front of them now. Well, Thunder have not pinned this deep all game. Will certainly be interesting to see how they respond. If you're the Thunder offense, you've got to think there is an awful lot of pressure to find the end zone the way this game has been unfolding. Shotgun set, two backs, two wide receivers. Eckelman lined up here on the near side. Keys wants to run left. There's nobody there, but he evades the pressure, runs right. Then he is picked up and slammed into the ground. Wow. Hamilton with a big hit. It'll be a gain of 1, but it comes at a high price for Keys. Especially coming off that MCL tear. You hate to see him get picked up and slammed into the turf like that, but he seems to be okay, trotting back with the play from the sideline. 2nd down, 9. Line of scrimmage is at the 8-yard line. We've got 5:40 to play here in the third quarter. Pistol set again. Two backs, wide receiver near side Eckelman, and a receiver out to the far side of the field as well. The handoff will go to Eisman. Not much there. He's got the 10, and that'll be a gain of 1. 9 carries, 23 yards tonight for Eisman. 3rd down, and about 7 here, up to the 10. St. James has been good on 3rd downs. 7 of 10 for the game, 1 for 1 in the second half. 3rd and 7. Shotgun set. It'll be trips off to the right. One wide receiver on the near side. That's Eckelman. Line with those big wide spreads out there. Keys drops back. There is pressure. Goes for the out route. Ball is tipped, and was it caught? And the official, the back judge, comes up and says it's intercepted by Johnny Hodges. Uh-oh, if you're a St. James fan. Momentum may have just shifted. First interception of the night. We've had a couple weather for St. James. They had one interception early in the game. Did not able to do anything with it. That's the question for DeSoto now with the 1st and 10 at the 23. Can they do something with the great field position? They did last time they had this good a field position. Punched it in. Here's Clark rolling out. Airs it out. Had a wide receiver follow him. It is caught at the 15 and down to the 10-yard line, about a 12-yard gain. And a nice reception on that play by Daniel Williams, a 6'2" senior, second leading receiver with his 6th catch of the season. Spot will be at the 10, so Clark now 3 of 6 and picks up the 1st down. First catch for Williams. So this will be 1st and goal, maybe just inside the 10. I formation, 2 receivers. Cannon running straight ahead. He'll pick up 3 yards. So 2nd down and goal with 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. 21-21. As DeSoto trying to take their first lead of the ball game here. 2nd down and goal. It'll be a single back set here with 2 tight ends now. Play action. Here's Clark on the near side at the 10. Jumps, throws it to the back of the end zone, and that's high and out of bounds. Clark 3 of 7. Coach Byers has used his arm a little more than he likes to in this game. Some late game situations with the clock there in the first half. And opening up the game with a pass, but either way, it's been a busy day for Clark for what he normally throws. Coming into this game, he'd only thrown 50 passes on the year. Keys had thrown twice that many before he went out with the MCL injury in Week 5. 3rd down and goal. I formation. 2 wide receivers. Nothing doing for DeSoto on that play. Hamilton tried to find a lane. All he found was white jerseys. And now it's 4th down and goal. Loss of 2 for Hamilton on that play. Well, let's see what DeSoto goes with here. Big play. Looks like they'll go for it. So DeSoto passes the field goal attempt from inside the 10. Single back set on 4th down and goal. Option left side. There's the pitch. Cannon's going to have to work hard to get this one in. Cuts back to the inside. Nowhere to go. Several players in position to make the play. Andrew Kelly on the stop. Matt Eckelman was in the neighborhood as well. And the first 4th down of the attempt goes against the Wildcats. They are turned away inside the 10. And this ball game will remain tied at 21 all. So a big stand down around the 5-yard line there for St. James, as that interception turns out to not be a devastating shift in momentum for the Thunder. So a renewed chance here. Here's a pitch into the end zone to Eisman. Flag is already out. Eisman getting strung out. Where is he going to go? Finally knocked out of bounds. We'll be lucky if he even got up to the line of scrimmage. Maybe that's about all he got there. And we've got 2 flags, both right around the line of scrimmage. And the officials will sort this out. It's going to be holding against St. James. And it looks like they're going to decline, rather DeSoto will probably decline this because of the stop. You would gain, line of scrimmage is officially at the 7. So you don't gain a lot in terms of actual yardage, and they will decline it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, officially no gain on that run. Smart call there. Would have been worth about 3 yards, but you give the down back. And actually we'll say officially a loss of about half a yard on that last run. Keys in a shotgun set, has a running back on his left hip and 4 wide receivers. Here's Keys, 3-step drop. He's in the end zone, taking off running right side. He's not going to be able to scramble. Throws it to Huppy. It's behind him and lands incomplete. Keys is 10 of 17 tonight. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Thunder here. Well, at the very least, you'd like to just give yourself a little bit of room to work with here. If you're in a punting situation, try and tilt that field position battle a little bit. But at the same time, we've seen DeSoto really pick up the pressure in the backfield in the second half. Keys has not had near as much time to throw the football as he did in the first half. So you have to be mindful of him running around back there in the end zone should some pressure get there. Everybody spread wide here. Shotgun set. Trips off to the right side. And officials stopping play here. And it will be a false start on the Thunder. That's half the distance to the goal, so this will cost them a couple. Moves the ball backwards to the 3. So 3rd down and 15 now. And an even worse situation as far as talking about running around in the end zone here for St. James. Keys with a running back on that left hip again, trips to the right. Looks like the same setup anyway. Keys is going to take some time. Airs that across the middle. There's Huppy. The ball is tipped and somehow got into Huppy's hands. Now it pops loose as he rolled over a defender. I believe Huppy covered it back up. They'll say it was a fumble, and he is down at the 35-yard line. Wow. I don't know how that football got into Huppy's hands, but it's good for 32 yards. And that may be the most impressive 3rd down conversion that we've seen tonight. What a catch. The backs were both turned to us here in the press box, and it looked like Hodges was for sure going to have an interception. And all of a sudden, Huppy came out of there with the football. That was one heck of a play. St. James digs themselves out of a huge hole, and they've got a 1st down and 10 at the 35. We'll see if that deflates the DeSoto Wildcat defense here. Pistol set, bobbled handoff. It goes to Eisman running straight ahead. Reichert there for the stop. Going to be a gain of 1. Eisman's been the workhorse tonight, 11 carries, just 24 yards. Behind him, Bade, 8 for 26. His duty's been a little bit sporadic here, though. 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. We're all tied up at 21. Second down and 8. Two backs in the pistol. Eckelman near side. Huppy off to the right. Handoff will go to Bade. Slams into the defender at the 40-yard line. He was taken down on that play by Zach Atchison with the cast out there. 5 yards. Third down, 4 now. Third downs have been good for St. James in this game. 2 of 3 in the second half. As they're putting together a nice little drive, especially if they can convert this. DeSoto showing some pressure up the middle. Here it comes. It's an option to the right side. Well blocked. Bade laid a block out there, but pretty good tenacity on that play by Gabe Hamilton. Caleb Ray in on the stop as well. And that'll be a gain of 1 on the keeper for Keys. And it'll be 4th down here, and now a punting situation. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. Heisman stands back at the 19. King is the up back. 4th down, pretty solid 3 yards. St. James at their own 42-yard line. Here's the snap, and the good high punt anyway. Everyone says get away. The bounce at the 25. And just across the 25 is where it will go down. So one play here yet in the third quarter left for DeSoto. 11.6 on the clock. 21-21 ball game. The Wildcats have had the hot hand offensively until that last possession. They get an interception in great position, drive it inside the 10, and then turn it over on downs, leaving the game tied up at 21. It would have been DeSoto's first lead of the game had they been able to punch it in. They get a new opportunity, though. Field position not quite as good. They'll start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. An I formation. Handoff will go to Pruss. He's got some room, breaks it outside, and Huppy will knock him out of bounds. But a first down run with 4.9 on the clock, that'll stop the clock when he's knocked out. And a first down is number 10 of the game, unofficially anyway, for DeSoto. Nice little run there. That'll be a 19-yard gain. Pruss continues to impress out there. That puts him over 100. 115 yards tonight. Now another big run. It's the quarterback this time. He's hit and the ball popped out, but officials say it's down and there's a flag out at the 39-yard line. So the line of scrimmage was at the 44. We'll see what the penalty is. It's way downfield there. And it's a block in the back. So it'll be from the spot of the foul. It's still going to leave DeSoto in pretty good field position. We'll see how this ends up breaking down. Might be a second down and very short when it's all said and done. So a big run turns into a 19-yard run, essentially cut down to a 9-yard gain. But either way, that should be the end of the third quarter of play here. And I think so that'll be the end of the quarter there as St. James. Well, I guess we'll run one play perhaps because you can't end the quarter on an offensive penalty. Or rather a defensive penalty, excuse me. So it'll be second down. I think a little confusion here by everybody's part about whether or not we should run one play. The clock ran down to 0 on that last play, then there was a defensive penalty. The scorer's box here making the announcement that it was the end of the quarter, and we'll wait and see what the officials decide here. And now Coach Byers getting an explanation from the head official. I think we're going to run one play. All right. Here's a single back set. And Bruce is going to have a chance to break this one big. Oh, he outruns one defender being chased from behind. Huppy can't get there. And that's how you end a quarter. You get the extra quarter play because of the penalty, and from 48 yards out, Pruss has 10 carries and it's just piling up yards now. 163 yards on 10 carries and 2 touchdowns. And that comes because officially 0-0 on the clock. Here's the extra point attempt coming. It's up. And it's good. 28-21. DeSoto on top for the first time in this game thanks to a 48-yard touchdown run by Alex Pruss. Now 14 straight as we head into the fourth quarter. DeSoto in control of that final playoff spot for the moment, but it's been a wild third quarter here. Who knows what's waiting for us in the fourth? Don't forget to visit a10varsity.com, your central hub for the playoffs. At Playoff Central, we'll give you live district standings, updated brackets, and more. Your source for the playoffs is a10varsity.com. Now, of course, very important night for the small classes in Kansas. 4A, 3A, and the 8-man leagues all in action. 2A, 5, and 6A in action tomorrow night, but it's a big night here because you'll find out early tomorrow from Keisha your playoff opponent, or you'll know because of the crossover brackets, but we'll get the official brackets get posted tomorrow online. And then, of course, the first game is on Tuesday, so the Tuesday-Saturday schedule for this team. Blue Valley Southwest in no matter what tonight, so the runner-up will be one of these two teams. DeSoto, line drive kick is caught at the 30-yard line by St. James. It's returned to the 40, Scott Luby there on the return, and we are underway here in the fourth quarter. So 28-21, DeSoto with their first lead of the game. They've scored 2 straight touchdowns. St. James offense sputtering a little bit down the stretch here. But both offenses have looked completely improved from the first half in this game. We'll see if St. James has an answer. So far, everybody's had an answer in this second half. 1st and 10 from their own 40. Thunder in the pistol. 2 running backs. Play action. Keys wants to go deep. Eckelman has his step. Lofting pass caught at the 30, 20. Eckelman's going to have a chance to take this one in. The dive by the defender did not get there. And a 60-yard touchdown pass from Keys to Eckelman ties the ball game up just like that. We've got a old-fashioned barn burner here in DeSoto tonight. 28-27. DeSoto up by 1 for the moment. I promise you, they did play defense in the first half if you didn't watch it. It was only 7-7. Keys will hold for the extra point. The kick is up. It is good by Frank, and we're all tied up 28-28. 11 minutes, 38 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Well, St. James ties it up. 60-yard touchdown pass, 11:38 to go here, 28 all. If you follow the advancement of the St. James program, they are currently in year 7 of existence. This would be a first should they make the playoffs in their young history. But a lot of time left as St. James set to kick things off here. DeSoto's offense has heated up in this second half as well. End-over-end kick will bounce at the 15. It'll be scooped up. Here is Hamilton on the return. Oh, he's got a seam. On his feet at the 50. Shakes off a tackler at the 40. Turns on the burners. A stiff arm, and he takes it in for a touchdown. 34-28. Second kick return for a touchdown we've seen tonight. St. James opened the second half up with one. Not to be shown up, Gabe Hamilton says, I can do that a little better. 95 yards for the touchdown. 34-28. DeSoto on the scoreboard here in the fourth. We've had 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and we played 35 seconds. Here's the extra point. It's good. And DeSoto's up 35-28. Well, season tickets now available for the 2012 Arena Football League season. The Kansas City Command at the Sprint Center. Tickets on sale right now, 855 KC Arena. That's 855 KC Arena. Football look a lot like this. Lots of scoring. 35-28. What a game this has turned into. Remember, 7-7 at the half. And you can tell these two teams both hungry for that last playoff spot. DeSoto now will kick off from the 40 as both these teams just explosive on offense in this second half. There's the kickoff by Atchison. It rolls underneath King, has to go all the way back towards the 5 to pick it up. Just looking for some room, and he'll get up to the 14-yard line, maybe the 15 with the spot. And it'll be another long field for St. James. That's perhaps the biggest difference in this second half of play is that St. James' starting field position has been a lot worse than what DeSoto has had to deal with. They've had a couple of possessions inside their 20-yard line. But that being said, they've been able to hang pretty close within that one touchdown. They've had a couple big plays and been able to pound it out. As far as the two teams eating clock, St. James still with a significant advantage in time of possession. Here's the pistol set. Keys, all kinds of time. Comes to the near sideline. Eckelman at the 25. Dancing around. Gets past the 30 before he's knocked out of bounds. And we'll end up with a nice little game up across the 30. Let's put him at the 32. A gain of 14 yards on that play. And Eckelman now. 4 catches. Excuse me, that's his 5th catch. That'll be first down and 10 now from the 32. 1 deep back, 3 receivers. His twins over on that left side. Pressure coming up the middle, and it's going to be trouble. It results in a quick pass for Bade. Hit at the line of scrimmage on the completion and ends up with no gain. So Eckelman on the night, by the way, receiving 5 catches, 131 yards, and a touchdown. Second down, call it 9.5 here for St. James. 10.5 minutes to play. Twins on the near side this time. Keys in the flat, goes to Eisman, slows down, now forces an open field miss, has some room on the sideline, and gets yardage to the 40 before he's knocked out of bounds. Big gain for the Thunders. They pick up another first down. They've got 12 unofficially tonight. And it'll be a 1st and 10 all the way up to the 41-yard line. 27 yards on that pass completion, as Keys has really been airing the football out here. Here's Keys now, airing it up, and kind of a wobbly deep pass. It was underthrown, intended for Eckelman. Johnson in coverage. Nobody could quite get to where that one was diving. And it'll set up a 2nd down and 10 now. Keys 15 of 22 tonight. Keys now has the play as a winger, checks out of the game. 2nd down and 10. 4 wide receivers out there. Low snap. Keys has it. Just a 3-man rush. Takes his time. Doesn't find anybody. Good coverage on the run. And then he's sacked back at the 50-yard line. Loss of 8. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and long. Well, yards have come in chunks in both directions in this game. But that could be a big stop there as it sets up 3rd down and long when St. James is trying to answer this DeSoto offense that has suddenly found its footing. DeSoto's up by a score. 9 minutes, 35 seconds to play here. We're in DeSoto. St. James in white, DeSoto in green. 3rd down, 18 to go. Shotgun set. Twins on the near side. Keys rolling out. Good protection. Has time. Steps up. Throws deep. He's looking for Eisman. Comes inside. Makes the catch at the 10-yard line. 40 yards. Another 3rd down conversion. And another 1st down. Keys has just been phenomenal on 3rd down tonight. Eisman now 5 catches for 90 yards. 9:15 to play. 1st and 10 now from the 15. So officially a 45-yard completion. Or a 35-yard completion, excuse me. Run to the left. Eisman looks for a little room. And he'll end up with 3 yards. His 12th carry of the night. As far as carries go, he's had more carries than anybody for either team tonight at 12. A couple at 9 and 10, though, for each team. 2nd down and 7. Loaded pistol set here. A wide receiver right, that's Eckelman. Keep an eye on him down around the goal line. Huppy's out over on the left side. There's a shift. Winger goes to the left side of the line, gets back at a 3-point stance. Handoff will be to Bade. Kind of jukes left, stays straight on, and has a nice run as he fights his way towards that 1st down marker. He'll be close if he didn't get it. And he'll come up short. About a full yard there, maybe just a hair more. So here we go. Keys with the play. 7:45 on the clock now. St. James trying to tie this game up. Keys, a running back on his right hip. That'll be Bade. Twins left. Huppy over here to the right side all alone. Now Huppy in motion. Here's Keys. Evades a tackler and wanted to throw it to Bade in the flat, and that pass probably should have been picked off. Caleb Ray had it in his hands. He jumped the route into the flat, and he could not hang on And the result is 4th down. Well, St. James doesn't kick field goals, and they're down by a touchdown with 7.5 to play. So here we go. They need about 1.5 yards. Keys will have 2 backs in that pistol. The deep back is Eisman. Bades to his right hip. 2 receivers otherwise. 8 in the box. There's movement. And it looks like this one will go against DeSoto. So that will be enough for the first down. It's half the distance to the goal. So there's the first 4th down conversion of the night. It comes thanks to St. James. Thanks to DeSoto. I have that as their first penalty of the second half. 1st and goal now from the 3. 2-back set. Bade straight ahead. Almost went down, but rolled off the defender and kept his feet, and they'll say he's in for the touchdown. Looked like he was going to go down, but Bade punches it in and used his hand to stabilize himself, and it's a 1-point game with 7:22 to play. 3-yard touchdown run. And we'll have an extra point coming up here momentarily. And the extra point didn't have much oomph on it. It comes up short. And it's no good, and that's a big one. We've not seen Frank miss in a while. But with that miss, DeSoto hangs on to a 1-point lead. (35-34). DeSoto up by 1, 7:22 to go here. And the Wildcats will get the football back. Very meaningful possession coming here. 7:22, all that remains here. Final game of the regular season here for these 4A schools tonight. Winner in action on Tuesday. Playoff play. Well, both offenses have been fun to watch, but there's the first really big miscue of this game. It's a miss extra point. St. James defense very good in the first half. Has struggled here in the second half to finish off those running tackles. King will kick off. It's a rolling squib kick, and it's misplayed, but covered up at the 26-yard line. Ryan Hicks dives back, grabs hold of that one. And it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line here for the Wildcats. Now, a touchdown and an extra point makes this an 8-point game, so it really puts the pressure on St. James if you can punch this in and get your extra point. 1st down 10. DeSoto at their own 25-yard line. Ace formation. Handoff will go to Pruss. He jumps over one defender, breaks it to the outside. Eckelman trying to chase him. I don't think he's going to get there. Touchdown, Pruss. Had a big hole at the line. One defender to dive for him. He jumps over him and gets outside to the sideline and takes it all the way to the end zone to make it 41-34 with the extra point coming up here to make it an 8-point game. 75-yard touchdown run. 7:09 to play. Paisley for the extra point. The kick is up, and it was blocked. It was blocked. So St. James with a huge special teams play on a low kick. They really got pressure back there, and the lead will remain at 7. Yeah, don't forget to visit MrOlathe.com to search homes for sale in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. That's MISTER, Olathe.com. 7:09 to go here in DeSoto. Both teams 1-1 in district play. Winner will advance to the playoffs as the runner-up. St. James looking for their first ever playoff bid in their short history. DeSoto will kick off after scoring the touchdown and having the extra point blocked. So a missed extra point and a blocked extra point still leaves us with this 7-point deficit. Both teams have gone to the squib after the returns. A little slick out there as the temperatures dropped. Everybody having trouble fielding those squib kicks. And this will be Eckelman who ends up with it. Up across the 25. He'll be down, and St. James sends the offense back out there. First and 10. Official spot ends up at the 26-yard line. Heisman and Huppy here on the near side. A receiver out to the left as well. One deep back. Keys has the low snap, is rolling to the near side. Decent protection, will step up. Airs it on the near sideline. Ball deflected off Huppy's hands. It may have been partially blocked by the defender as well. Noah Cardiff, the 5'11", 160-pound junior. Defensive only starter there at cornerback. Very good coverage. I think he might have got in and poked that loose from behind. So incomplete pass there. Still a pretty decent day for Keys so far, 16 out of 25. Almost 250 yards passing tonight. So second down and 10 from the 25. 6:55 to go. Two-back set this time. Low snap. Keys has it. Pressure comes from the end. He's forced to air it out early on and leaves it too wide for Eckelman. He can't catch up to it. Ball lands incomplete. And now St. James is looking at a third down and long situation here. Third down, full 10 yards. There's been a lot of pressure to not miss a beat offensively here in this half. However, St. James has come up with some very, very impressive third down conversion on third and longer than this. They've done it a couple times already in this half. Let's see what Keys has up his sleeve on this play. He'll have one running back and three wide receivers on the near side. And Hamilton jumps off sides. I don't know if there was movement there or not, but will be encroachment. Another 5-yard penalty on the Wildcats. 5 for 25 for them tonight. And that helps out this third down call tremendously. Third down 5, up to about the 31-yard line here. So third down and 5 for Keys. Trips near side again. So same formation as before the penalty. And some movement and pressure here from DeSoto may have drawn an early flinch from St. James this time. Lots of people jumping around the line of scrimmage there. Let's see who gets the tag for this one. And this one's going to be a false start. So St. James will give the 5 yards back as neither team able to get going here on this third down. Well, we end up about where we started. Third down and 10. Trips again to the near side. Third time we've seen this setup. Let's see if we can get a playoff. Keys with one back. Takes the snap. Rolling to the near side. Looking, still looking finally across the middle. Throws it into traffic. Incomplete off Eisman's hands. Hit by Cardiff. The official right there looking at it through the flag. You would think pass interference, but that one was very, very close. Boy, if Cardiff was there early, He wasn't there very early. But either way, pass interference, and that'll be a first down via penalty for St. James. Automatic first down. 15-yard penalty. So penalty yardage adding up for DeSoto now. Still up by 7, though. 6:43 to play. So first down and 10 here. St. James stays alive thanks to DeSoto. They're up to the 41-yard line now. 4 receivers. 1 back is Bade. It's going to be a fake pass, and Keys will take off running. Breaks it outside 45, 50, 45, 40, has the 35, and will run out of bounds inside DeSoto territory. Another first down, 15 on the night for St. James. So that'll advance it to the 33-yard line. 34-yard gain for Keys on that play. He's got 8 carries for 52 yards here tonight. First and 10 now. It'll be about 34 here. St. James will take their time as they'll break the huddle here. 3 wide receivers. Eckelman, the lone wide receiver on the near side, taking a little too long. And St. James will use their first timeout of the second half. So bit of delay there. St. James will take a timeout, and they'll have first and 10 when they break out of the huddle here. 5-foot-long subs are back at Mr. Good Sense. 7th grade subs to choose from. Come see what fresh really is at Mr. Good Sense. 41-34 your score. DeSoto leads St. James with 6 minutes and 35 seconds to play here in DeSoto. DeSoto looking for just their second home win of the season. 1-3 at home this season. 3rd place finish in the Frontier League behind Eudora and Paola. St. James able to split with those teams, beating Eudora in week 2 of the season. And here we go. Play clock is rolling. And it'll be a first and 10 for St. James as they come out of the timeout. So 2 left for them. DeSoto with 3 timeouts left here in the second half. We're at the 34-yard line. 1 back, that's Beatty. Stays in the block. Keys is going deep. He's going to air it up for Eckelman. Good coverage, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Big return coming here up across the 35 is Zach Griffiths with the interception. Keys tried to throw it up for grabs to Eckelman, and all that size. That's 6'4", but it goes for naught as the ball is underthrown and picked off. And now DeSoto, with 6:22 to go, can at the very least make themselves feel pretty comfortable. Can't quite put her out of reach here, especially the way the offenses have been going in this game, but DeSoto with the first real opportunity in this game to start to make the final push. Let's see what these teams are made of. First and 10. Handoff right up the middle for Pruss. The ball stripped loose, and I think Hamilton falls on top of it. So that'll end up being about a 6-yard gain. Hamilton ends up with the football. And it'll be 2nd down and 4. Under 6 to play now. I formation. 1 wide receiver to the right. Here's a fake to the fullback. Clark is going to keep it and got twisted around in there, but just kept those feet chugging along in the right direction. He'll have 7 yards and a first down into St. James territory. 11 first downs by my count for DeSoto tonight. Their yards have come in big chunks and big plays. So first down and 10. He made it down to the 48. Now in St. James territory. Single back set. 2 wide receivers. Handoff nearly stopped Cannon in the backfield. And now stopped after a gain of 3 yards. Hit by Beerbaum, Matt Beerbaum, the safety. Just a half a yard shy there of the 45. You can tell that field's slick out there. We've seen players on both sides do a fair amount of sliding. Second down and 7 now. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock to 4:45. Single back set, 2 wide receivers now. Clark is under center, deep back is Pruce. He'll take the handoff, gets through the defense, has a seam up the middle, turns on the Jets, and a last-ditch tackle made at the 25-yard line. Matt Beerbaum saves the touchdown, but that's a 25-yard run. Pruce continues to have a great day. We got him 11 carries for 188 yards. First down and 10. Official spot at the 22, less than 4.5 to play. Well, DeSoto will take their time and eat as much clock as they can. C.J. Faddis comes over from the sideline with the play. Faddis, the wide receiver, over to the right. Williams here on the near side. Single back set. Handoff will go to Cannon this time. We'll take it straight ahead. And bottled up pretty quickly there. He'll have no gain. .345 to play. Remember, St. James has 2 timeouts in their bank. DeSoto comes to the line here. High formation. Fullback Hamilton takes it. He's got a big touchdown run tonight. Won't get a big run, but gets a pretty nice run. He's across the 20 into the red zone. It'll set up third down and a pretty manageable run here. Gain of 5 yards for Hamilton on that play. 8 for 70 tonight. Third down, almost 6. St. James will take a timeout now. So they've got 1 remaining. 3:14 left to play. Third down, about a full 6 yards to go when we come back from the timeout. You would think most likely 2 down territory here if you come up short if you're DeSoto. The way they've been running the football, that would appear manageable. For St. James, they do have 1 timeout left. So if you get to stop here on third down, you don't necessarily have to take it with 3:14. That would probably, if you could get the stop in on fourth down, it would probably give you the football back with something just slightly above 2 minutes to go. It would be somewhere in that territory, that 2-minute to 15-minute mark. So here we go. Third down and 6 from the St. James 17-yard line. DeSoto comes up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Clark. He'll come under center for this one. A deep single back. That's going to be Cannon. Runs right, hit, taken down right at the line. Big stop by David Feist, 6 foot, 236-pound sophomore. And that will be no gain. So fourth down now. Remember, 7-point game, 41-34, under 3 to play. St. James will not use the timeout. They will go for the stop. And we'll actually get that. That's actually officially a 1-yard loss on that play. Call it fourth down and 6, and I think DeSoto's going to run down the play clock all the way and then take a timeout to talk about this fourth down. And there we have it. So DeSoto will use their first timeout of the half. St. James has 1. DeSoto has 1. Game reset. 2:29 to play. 41-34, DeSoto has the lead. They have the football, and we'll have a 4th down and 6. They are at the DeSoto, or rather the St. James 18-yard line. LA10varsity.com is your central hub for the playoffs. At Playoff Central, you can get live district standings, updated playoff bracket predictions, and more. Your source for the playoffs is at 810varsity.com, though after tonight, there won't be much suspense. We'll have a pretty good idea of what those playoff brackets, at least in 4A, 3A, and 8-man football, will like. All right, here come the Wildcats and the Thunder. Big 4th down with 2:29 left. Basically playing for the ball game here, or at least St. James playing for a chance to stay alive. Ace formation. We've seen a lot more of this in the second half. It's going to be a play-action rollout. There's the pass, and it is intercepted at the 5-yard line. Eisman has it, trying to dance around still on his feet. He's down at the 10, and St. James stays alive. Clark right to Eisman for his 2nd interception. So 2:17 to go in the 4th. Interception by Eisman. 1st and 10 now from the 15. 85 yards in 2 minutes 17 seconds. 41-34, DeSoto's up. Here's St. James. Shotgun set. They'll go 4 wide receivers here. Keys in the pocket. Looks left, and his pass low and incomplete. It was intended for Eisman. 27th pass attempt of the game for Jansen Keys. He's been out with an injured MCL, but has stepped in and keyed this offense, if you will. Thunder will stick with 4 wideouts on 2nd down. Bade the back, lines up behind his quarterback. Here's the snap. He stays in to block. Keys wants to look left, has a man at the sticks. That's Eckelman, spins off a defender at the 30. And he'll go out of bounds at the 32. 17-yard gain on that play. Eckelman has a big day. 1 touchdown receiving and 6 catches for 148 yards. So 1st down and 10 from the 32. 2:04. Eckelman got out of bounds, so clock currently stops. St. James, remember, 1 timeout in their pocket. 4 wide again. It's going to be a quarterback run. Jensen over defender, up across the 40 and lunges forward. Solid gain there. And let's see where the spot is. It's going to be right at the 6. They'll say it's enough for the 1st down. So Keys just had 10 yards, 9 carries, 62 yards. And another 1st down. 1:55 to go here. Now DeSoto will stop the clock. Timeout. So we've got DeSoto taking their 2nd timeout of the contest, or of the second half here, I should say. 1 minute and 52 seconds to play. Each team now has 1 timeout left. DeSoto leading 41-34. St. James getting a 4th down interception down at their own 5-yard line. They return it up to the 15 and are in the midst of an 85-yard drive to potentially tie this football game up. Should it come down to it, though, Will Frank has missed an extra point, while DeSoto's had an extra point blocked. The situation here, though, getting down to crunch time for St. James. This has been a second half of big plays. Like I said, 41-34, but it was a 7-7 game at the half. And it didn't even become 7-7 until 8 seconds to go until halftime. All right, here come the Thunder onto the field thanks to that DeSoto timeout. 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. 5 wide receivers. First time we've seen an empty backfield tonight. Keys with a 4-man rush. has good protection. Looking on the near sideline, throws it up for grabs. It is off Huppy's hands, had to go up for grabs. Was one-on-one coverage down the field with Noah Cardiff. It was pretty well matched up, but it was a nice pass. It was a little long. Huppy had a chance at it, but he was falling backwards, had both hands extended out, and just couldn't quite lock onto that one. Second down, 10 now for St. James. They've still got a minute 45 to work with here. See if they empty that backfield out again. They will not. Bade will line up in that pistol set behind his quarterback. 4 wide receivers out there, though. Keys gets decent protection, scrambling to the right side now. Wobbly across the middle, and it's intercepted at the 38-yard line. Intercepted by C.J. Faddis. Third interception of the game for Keys. And with St. James holding on to only 1 timeout, that may be it for the Thunder. Boy, they gave it a heck of a run here tonight. But DeSoto in pretty good shape to run out the clock here. St. James has 1 timeout remaining. Well, DeSoto will come up to the line. I formation, twins right. Handoff, stuffed. Bruce will only lose 3 yards on that play. Thunder will take their final timeout. It's been a nice day for Bruce, though. Even with that 3-yard loss, he's got 12 carries and 185 yards, 2 touchdowns as well. Thunder out of timeouts, 94 seconds left to play. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Well, St. James, barring something miraculous, will finish 4-5 on the season and a few plays away from the playoffs. DeSoto rebounds from a surprising loss to a 2-win Blue Valley Southwest team last week and will claim the 2nd playoff spot in this district. That'll happen regardless of what happens between Bishop Ward and Blue Valley Southwest tonight. So 2nd down, full 12. And now the football came loose on the run. It's picked up by Bade, but was Bruce down. Wow. And St. James has the football. A fumble as DeSoto tries to run out the clock. You've got to be kidding me. Wow. Wow. 1st and 10, St. James. This game just will not go quietly into the night. So Bruce fumbles at the DeSoto 39. St. James, new life. 1st and 10, no timeouts, 1:26 to play. Here's Keys. Under pressure, takes off scrambling left side, and he's hit from behind as he tries to throw it. He fumbles. And who ends up on top of the football? Ryan Hicks gets the sack. And St. James hangs on, but they lose a big chunk of yards back to the 47. Clock keeps rolling as well. Loss of 7 on that play. Keys now looking to pass. Throws it near side, and it's caught. Well, King should have let that one drop. Had to run back in to make that catch, but he didn't get much yardage out of it. Picks up 4. Here's Keys now, 3rd down, 13. Left side across the middle, throws it behind Eckelman. That one is incomplete. So 4th down now for the Thunder. We'll call it 4th down, long 13 to go here. They're back at their own 42. The clock stops with 29.2 seconds on the clock. So St. James gets fresh life, but has been unable to do anything with it. Boy, had a lot of chances here at the end. Just need a big play, and they've had some big plays when they've needed them. Let's see if they've got one here. A lot of noise from this DeSoto crowd on their feet. Shotgun set. 4 wide receivers for the Thunder. They need 14 yards for a first down. Here's Keys. Rolls left. Pump fakes. Has plenty of time. Is going to go very deep. Looking for his streaking Eisman. The pass is long. It falls incomplete. And that is it for St. James. DeSoto takes over on downs. And all they need is the victory formation now to close out a wild one here tonight. Well, this is one of those games that you'll tell stories about for a while. If you're DeSoto, you feel lucky to get the win out of here. They head to the playoffs, take 2nd place in the district. If you're St. James, a lot of opportunities out there in a wild game, but the Thunder come up just a little bit short. The Wildcats come on to the field. They'll improve to 6-3 on the year. St. James will wrap up their season at 4-5. 19.3 on the clock. No timeouts left for St. James. Victory formation for the Wildcats. Clark will take the knee. And that is going to do it for the St. James Thunder season. A valiant effort tonight. But the Thunder come up just short as the Wildcats celebrate their trip to the playoffs. 41-34. DeSoto comes away with the victory here tonight. Let's run down some of your final numbers for you just real quick here this evening. Like I said, DeSoto 6-3. They head to the playoffs as the runner-up in district play. Clark tonight ended up 4 of 7 with a pair of interceptions and 30 yards passing. 17 for Johnson, 12 for Williams. Rushing-wise, Hamilton 8 carries for 70 yards. Clark 9 for 28 and a touchdown. Hicks a carry for a loss of 8. Cannon 8 for 36 with a touchdown. And Pruce 12 carries, 185 yards and 2 scores. For St. James, 4-5 on the season. A busy night for Jansen. Keys comes off injury for a big game tonight, but not enough. Completes 19 passes out of 33 attempts. Receiving-wise, Eckelman 6 catches, 148 and a touchdown. Eisman 5 for 85. Bade 3 for 10. King 1 for 4. And Huppy 2 for 48. Rushing the football here tonight. Keys 10 for 56. Bade 11 for 38 and a touchdown. Eckelman 1 for 1 and a touchdown. Eisman 12 for 27. And Huppy 1 for a loss of 10 yards. So that's going to do it for St. James. We appreciate you following us and St. James football all season long here on 810varsity.com. Don't forget to check out the website, 810varsity.com. We've got you covered. Everything you need to know about playoffs in the KC metro area, Kansas City, Missouri. We've got it all covered. 810varsity.com. Final score here tonight, 41-34. DeSoto knocks off St. James and heads to the playoffs. They take 2nd place in the district. For our cameraman Mike Smith, I'm Kenny Titus, saying until the next time, have a good one.